You were saying about your friend from Kenya. He was talking about property rights in Kenya versus the U.S. How was
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I mean, what he was saying was that, in Kenya, I think his family owns, it's like a couple dozen acres or something at least, and they have a house out there. And he said, in Kenya, if you own something, you own it. You own it lock, stock. You're not paying property taxes on it. You can farm on your land. You can do whatever you want to do on your land. It's yours. In the truest sense of the word. I mean, it is, you own that land. And so then we started talking about property rights here in America, and we were both in agreement that
They're abysmal.
yeah, we're both in agreement here that here in the U.S. You really have limited property rights, to say the least. I mean, you're essentially leasing or renting. You have to pay the government for the privilege of your own land. There are local ordinances, community ordinances that dictate what you can do on your own land. And to tie in with the video that you did the other day about who gets to say, essentially, and unelected individuals, and code enforcers and stuff like that, that can essentially dictate what you do on your own land. I saw a case the other day where they're fining people for having gardens that were too large in their front yard or something.
Yeah, I saw that same thing.
So. And I kept telling my buddy, I said, it gets to, a deeper philosophical question. I mean, if you work hard, save your money, and purchase something, is that truly yours? And, to do what you want to do with it. And we both agreed that, yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, we both agree on that. But it's not the case here. And there's all sorts of caveats and restrictions and everything else. So I don't know, Garrett. Praetor, what do you think about
that? I personally am of the opinion that property rights in the United States don't exist anymore, at least. Yep. I was looking at an article talking about property tax, and it was talking about the worst states and the best states for property tax. And the best states happened to be, I think it was Louisiana, Hawaii, I think was in there, West Virginia, Mississippi, a couple of those states. But still, you're talking about...
For what, property tax?
Property tax, 0.4...
Well, Hawaii, I mean, come on, Hawaii, because no one can buy land there.
It was like 0.25%. But if an acre of land in Hawaii costs $1 million, that's what its tax value is, 0.26% is a hefty dollar. That's you're paying the government for owning your own land. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I don't think that's freedom at all. If you buy something, you said it perfectly. I don't want to repeat it and beat a dead horse, but if you worked hard and bought land, no matter how much, 1 acre or 1 million acres, you want to be, and you actually buy that land, you own it, you shouldn't have to pay anybody for it. It's your land. And then to extend that to what you said earlier about a restaurant, no shirt, no service, to me, smoking bans are the worst.
Yeah.
If you own a restaurant, you own it lock, stock, and barrel. And you say, I want smokers to be in here. And the city says, we don't like smokers. It shouldn't matter. It's your business. If people don't like people smoking in there, they don't have to come in there. And you know what? If they don't come in here, they can go and tell the manager, you're losing my business because people can smoke.
Exactly.
If you lose enough business...
this is the essence of free market
exactly.
system.
It's a free market solution. You're talking about the segregation thing.
Exactly.
You go back and say, okay, let's say I'm going to open a restaurant that allows no minorities in there at all. I would never have a business because nobody in this day...
You'd be run out of town.
Exactly. It's morally repugnant nowadays. Yeah. The argument to say that all white people are racist is dead. It insults anybody on both sides. The simple fact is if you open a restaurant like that, you're not going to have a restaurant. So people don't do that. It's acceptable to most people to have that. Yes, it's a matter of being discriminatory to those who don't have shoes and shirts, but still it's acceptable. It's your property. That's okay. Mm-hmm. But apparently, now saying that people can smoke in your establishment, if you're a smoker, you like smokers, you like the smell. No, you can't do that because the city doesn't think it's right. You said before, some code establishment person said it's wrong, so you can't do it. That's not a right. That's an oligarchy. It's horrible. Mm-hmm. Anyway, in the next section we can go on. You can respond to my rant.
Okay.